Okay guys, we've got another setup coming from the special events. This time it's the clear head special event in the Scg 003C. And we're going to have a quick look at the details of the car we're running. It's running 530 horsepower, weighing 1,350 kilograms. And we're racing around Spa, again over 7,000 meters long. And the time of the day is 9 o'clock in the morning. We're going to be racing just 13 degrees track temperatures and it's clear weather. Okay guys, so what we're going to do now is we're going to come into the last corner now. We're going to run a little bit wide there just to try and square the car off as soon as possible to go down the start straight as fast as possible. Going into third gear, then we're going to be going into fourth gear, then into fifth gear before we hit the braking zone. We're going to look out for the 100-yard board on the left where we're going to brake just before that, going down into second gear, staying in second gear for the first corner now, just clipping the curb nicely, then hard on the power, just be careful on the back end through that corner. You need to be a little bit cautious with running no traction control as we are here. We're going down into a rouge, going flat out, going into sixth gear. We're not going to go down into fifth gear for this car for a rouge. We're staying in sixth gear, just a tiny little lift and hard on the power as soon as you feel the grips there. Then flat out onto the long back straight now. Literally, we should be hitting about 168 to 169 miles per hour by the time you hit this back straight if you've took a rouge perfectly. So we're going to brake just before the curb on the left again, going down into third gear. Try and hit the curb just sweetly there if you can. Then again clipping it there if you can. And then trying to get this bend as nice and early entry as possible so we can get on the power as clean and as early as possible again. Looking for the braking point, we're going to brake just before the curb again on the left, going down into second gear, taking a nice tight apex on this corner, then into third gear early so we can get on the power as early as possible. Then quickly into fourth gear, and as soon as you do that, back down to third gear and chuck the car into the corner and get as clean exit as possible, and then build the speed up into the next fast left-hander where we're going to go down into fourth gear, halfway on that curb there, going down into fourth gear. Then once you feel the grips there, hard on the power into fifth gear, then accelerate hard all the way through the corner, no lifting at all. Then into sixth gear, braking just before the bridge again, just on the bridge, sorry, going down into third gear, then staying nice and tight to the corner, and again taking this corner nice and tight, but just be careful the grip, losing a bit of grip, and just be careful on the power. Then going down into third gear for this corner, taking it nice and tight again, using a little bit of curb on the left if needed. Then up into fourth gear, just be careful again here, you may have to give it a little lift if needed, otherwise you can take it flat out. But if you feel the grip's starting to lose a bit, just don't be afraid just to lift off that throttle just 10 to 20% maybe, just to give that car a bit of extra grip. Then coming into the fast left-hander, we're going to be going in sixth gear, throwing it in nice and early, clipping the curb, use a little bit of curb on the exit, staying in sixth gear, and then brake just past the bridge again, going down into second gear for the first part of the chicane, then first gear for the second part, just to get that little bit of extra pull out the corner and tighten up the line a bit. Into first gear, then hard on the power, over the line for a 2 minutes 17.8, which is over 2.2 seconds quicker than the goal time you need. And there was a lot more in the track. We didn't spend too long on this again because it was quite an easy time to beat. So I just wanted to get the setup out to you guys. There was probably another second at least in that, so you should be able to get 216 with that setup. I'm pretty confident you would be able to do it if you spent a lot of time on it. So going through the setup, 69 brake balance and 0.3 downforce, feels really nice. Drivetrain, power on 20, posting on 45, again feels perfect with this car. Also make sure you adjust the gearing to what I had it on then, just to make sure you got the correct gearing. Going through the suspension, we've run in, the tyre pressure is quite low to 23, obviously with the track temperatures being lower. We obviously need to lower the tyre pressures to get a little bit more heat in them. So make sure you adjust them down to 23 at least, maybe 22 if you're struggling with grip as well, might give you a bit more traction. So camber values maxed out pretty much, with the toes staying pretty neutral on the front and a little bit to the rear. We got a little bit of plus on the rear, just to give us a bit more grip coming out some of the corners and supporting the back end for a rouge. I felt to give it a nice bit of traction for a rouge. Ride height, we've gone as low as we physically could because the car seems to struggle with a bit of downforce effect, so we've gone as low as we can to create more of a ground effect to the car. Going through the dampers, we've adjusted a few settings again on the dampers to try and give the car a little bit more stability over some of the bumps and more grip to the rear end on accelerating. I really like a nice rear end to get the power down as early as possible, so make sure you take note of the settings, try the setup out. Hopefully you can get the gold or silver or bronze, whatever time you're aiming for. Hope it helps you out, and I'll be back with a lot more of these setups again. As you can see, I'm working through as many of the special setups as I can, getting you guys as many setups as I can as quickly as possible, so I can start moving on to just concentrating on certain cars and tracks and doing more tracks and cars that people are more likely to use. But I just want to get all these special setups out of the way, as I know a lot of people will want the trophies, etc. Anyway guys, Thanks again for watching. Make sure you support my videos by giving them a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe for more future videos. And I'll leave you with a replay of the TV camera from the lap I just did. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks again, guys. See you soon.